Hello, everyone. I am Valerie, and you're listening to Be the Change. The podcast is for self-help. In the podcast, we'll be discussing a lot about life experiences that I've gone through and how to grow from these and overcome any challenges or blockages that we all need to work on and be okay with it. And I want to also let you know this is going to help you reflect on who you are and who you're trying to be and to be the best version of yourself. And make sure you subscribe onto my favorite podcast, which is Here with Be the Change, to get notified of the first couple of episodes when they launch in a few weeks. Also, welcome to the podcast, guys. Welcome to Be the Change with me here, Valerie Atkinson, where today we're going to be discussing Be That Girl, period. So I am your host, Valerie Atkinson. So I'm going to be talking a lot about what's been happening to me within the last year. Within the last year, I popped a baby and, I currently lost my father in the month of November. And after that, not even 2 months later on that, I broke up with my boyfriend, right? With my ex-boyfriend, the child of my little 9-month-old. So going through this process, it was like a grieving process for me within that time frame. I was lost. I lost 2 men in my life that was so uncomfortable for me. And I'm getting a little emotional today because I'm actually recording this on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you very much. And I chose to do this because I saw a lot of the things that I wish I could have told my dad, and being that girl, like my dad really was busy all the time. Very, very, very busy man. He was a provider. He did everything. This man, y'all, when I say he worked every single day. And I'm telling you, that's probably where I get this from. I work. The minute I wake up, the minute I go to bed, I'm still thinking of other things. Like my mind is just going. So, exclusivity to me, I chose okay, what does Val need to do at this point? What does she need to change within herself? What exactly do I want? What do I need at this point? So a lot of these things, I wrote down a vision board. I still have it in front of me, actually. I wrote a vision board. I put pictures of the way that I wanted to see myself and what I would want to be wearing and what are the things that I would be working on. I'm not going to lie to you guys, before this haul happened, I had other stuff on my manifestation board. I had a wedding dress. I had a bunch of stuff like houses, etc., etc. And yes, I still had stuff about me, but when this happened, I took a lot of those things down, like the whole marriage thing. A lot of the things down after the breakup, I kind of was hurt. I was hurt. Let's just put it that way. I was losing that, and I was like, wow, I felt like my whole life was falling apart. And I chose okay, what do I want for myself in this journey? What do I want to learn about Val? What do I want to see in Val? What do I want to give her? What do I want to tell her? Because when we're in our self-discovery journey, you're going to become that version, but you're going to have to really sit with yourself and reflect on the things that you don't like about yourself and what you do want to see in yourself. So I got clear with myself. I got a trainer, a 6-month trainer, which I've already ended that membership with him, but I still go to my classes. I still go to the gym. I'm consistent with it. And I chose to have a healthy routine. So mind you, I would wake up early, give myself an hour to really sit with myself and reflect on my meditations, affirmations. I'm telling you guys, affirmations work. Look at yourself in that mirror when you wake up. Once you do it, there's not a step. If you should do affirmations first or meditation, there's not a right or wrong way. Just do what's going to work for you. I got organized. I got myself a planner. I got myself a really nice way of okay, how can I not feel so overwhelmed and also nurture my kids and nurture myself and also deal with all my clients that I have as well. Because I was like, okay, this is a lot. Everything kind of came as everything left my life, right? And I'm not saying that because that left my life, that was supposed to happen. Maybe it was, but it just felt like my life was changing for the better. And it was uncomfortable for me. I'm not going to lie. It was uncomfortable. I would cry myself to sleep because I thought I was lost. I couldn't figure out why this happened. Did I do something wrong? And then I was like, you know what? Just don't even think like that, Val. We need to just really get down to the nitty gritty. I started eating healthier. And again, I started getting rid of shit that was just fucking me up. Yeah. And what was this shit? It was like old clothes that I had within that year that I was with that person. And I threw all my maternity clothes. I threw every single thing that I was attached to. So I threw it all away. And you're probably thinking like, well, Val, why did you throw it if you were attached to it? Because there's a feeling towards everything. There's a feeling towards every single thing that you have. And everything has a feeling. Does it make you feel good? And I'm going to tell you right now, when I was pregnant, I wasn't at my 100% because I was doing it alone. I was a single mom. And part of it, I was going through my own journey at that point. And I was still exercising. But I still wasn't content with everything because I was doing it alone. I was it was a dark time in my life. I will say that. And going back to this, I was like, you know what, let's get rid of things, jewelry, shoes. I mean, I got rid of old pants. I got old Christmas stuff. I went into the garage, which right now the garage is pretty clear, but I need to organize it again. I think that's my next project. Right now, I'm actually redoing my bathroom. I'm, redoing the fixtures. I started my landscaping once again in my front yard, which I'm super excited about because that was one of my biggest things. Like, I was like, I want to get creative. So that girl that I wanted to see in me was like, okay, what do I want her to be doing? Well, I love homes. I love decorating. I love shopping. I love trying new things. I love traveling. I love cooking. I love taking care of myself, y'all. I love it. I love that I can go to Ulta and just look around and just look at all those bright colors. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get that day, but I know it's going to take me where I need to go. I kid you not, some of the things that I see, I'm like, oh, I need this. When I tell myself I need this, that's when I buy my stuff. When I say I want this, I'm like, do I really, really want this? If I think about it too much, I give myself a 2-second rule. If I don't need it, I'm not gonna put it in my basket. So I started making clear decisions. I started being wiser with my money, and just kind of letting go because I was so possessive with my money. I kid you not, I wouldn't give to people. I wouldn't participate in parties. I was just kind of isolating myself. So I wanted to be someone who was social with people and, warmth, that warmth energy, just being, listening, communicating with others and just being me. When all of this started to happen for me, I started building a consistency, right? I started seeing people telling me beautiful things. I tell you, when I walk in a room, everybody just looks at me. At first, it was uncomfortable. And I know you're probably asking, well, Val, how do you do it to do it every day? Look, I'm going to tell you, every day you're going to make a change. And I'm not saying that I've changed completely 100% because we're constantly changing. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly going through rebirths. There's constant change. The thing is, you cannot get in your own way. If you want to fight with your ego, give it away. You're going to end up unhappy. You're going to end up lost. You're going to end up dissatisfied. And you don't need to validate anything outside of yourself. Nobody here needs to validate you. Only you. This is the biggest thing I feel people don't look at. You should be able to feel safe and secure. And when you don't, honor those feelings. Why do you feel the way that you do? Let's say, for example, so yesterday, I'm going to bring it up because I was at Home Depot. Mind you, I was shopping. I usually wear my workout clothes, guys. I really do. I wear my workout clothes everywhere I go. It's just comfortable for me. Like, I was wearing my little crop top with my Nike shorts. They're the dry fit. They're like they're like comfy. And sorry guys, I got bit by a mosquito. It freaking hurts. And this guy just looks at me for a while, like staring at me from head to toe, y'all. And I was like, oh. And I was like, no, you know what? I get it. I am attractive. I am. But, bro, like, at the same time, I'm like, I was like, Val, this could have easily turned out for me to be like, okay, I'm never coming to Home Depot again like that. Or I could have just smiled and acknowledged that. But see, this is where I really, really learned something. I was like, I'm glad I didn't do that, because he probably would have got the wrong intention of me. I'm not going to people please anybody. I'm setting healthy boundaries. I am an attractive woman, but I know my worth. I mean, I went on and looked at other things on the shelf. I was looking for a color for my wall, and I forgot about it. And I was like, man, I needed to experience that, because a lot of us women, and I'm not saying a lot of us, but I know anybody could have taken that personally different. You could have got upset. I almost wanted to get upset, but then I said, wait a minute. Val, why are you feeling like this? You are an attractive woman. You know that, right? So don't feel upset about this person, like, attracted to you. This is what I'm saying with the affirmations, okay? Affirmations are going to work. And I'm telling you, you're going to attract a bunch of people. I had another gentleman. Let me knock you off your socks for a second. I had a gentleman. I was loading my stuff into my car. He was in a handicap cart, like those motorized carts. And he comes up to me and he approaches me. He's like, young lady, do you happen to have some spare change by chance that you can, spare? And I looked up and I was like, damn, I never really have change. But I was like, but let me look. I was like, let me look into my purse. I had 2 quarters, 50 cents. And I was like, you're in luck, actually. I have this. And so I give it to him. He goes off, right? He was like in shock. I was like, you asked for spare change and you manifested it. I had it in my purse. So anyways, I went back and forth to Home Depot within this weekend, y'all, because I was not aware of like sizes and stuff like that. Your girl, it's been a minute. I haven't landscaped and I didn't have a tape measure. I was just going with the flow. I did not want to get in my own way, because at the first of everything, I was kind of like, fuck, I don't have a tape measure. How am I going to measure stuff? And I was like, you know what? Who cares? Let's just have fun with it. Let's just have fun with it. What's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen? Nothing really happened. I missed 4 bags. Now I placed my curbside order so that way I can go pick them up right now after my workout. And before I realized, I went in again a 3rd time because I had to put another order in. I go and I get the cart. This lady's pissed off. She's like, well, why are there still curbside orders? Why is there still curbside orders? It's already like 6 o'clock. And I'm looking at her like, why is she so fucking angry? So my thing was like, I am just going to sit here and just wait for her to cool the fuck down because she's pissed. I'm just a customer. I'm here to pick up my order. That's all that I'm doing. There's nothing really to it. Anyway, she calms down. She proceeds to tell me, what's your order number? Which I probably didn't have it at that time and I wanted to panic. She's like, never mind, just give me your phone number. So I give her my phone number. She gets the order. Of course, it's a heavy load. So me being a tiny girl, I'm 5'3", 111 pounds. And I take my order. And I don't know if a guy had seen me or if God just put this man to come help me. Because I swear to God, I didn't see this man anywhere in my vicinity, y'all. So I get into my truck. I'm picking up these heavy blocks, right? I already picked up like 3 or 4. And then I literally hear, ma'am, do you need help? And I was like, sí. He spoke Spanish. I go, sí, por favor. I said, yes, thanks. It's like something told me to say yes. So I let him help me, right? He was, girl, when I say the way that he placed these bag of stones in my car with the most gentlest way, He didn't throw them. He literally layered them for me. One bag had a hole and the rocks fell out. This gentleman put those rocks back in the bag and put it up for me. So he's like, when you get it out, just make sure you grab it like this. And I was like, my God, my God, my God. I was like, thank you so much. He's like, may God bless you, que me Dios me la bendiga in Espanol, which means in English, may God bless you. And I said, you too. When I'm getting emotional, when you start becoming this girl, people are gonna do for you. Hear me again. People will do for you, and they will do for you because you're starting to respect yourself. You're starting to set these healthy boundaries. You're gonna attract the people that are meant to be in your life. Did you hear that? I want you to hear that again. You're gonna attract that because you are that woman, you are that girl, you are receiving mode, you are to receive, receive, receive. You have to be open. And that was the thing. That was my message yesterday. We have to be open and vulnerable and feel secure within self for things to start to come in. Okay, period. Just period. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that all of this right now has happened. I don't have my father here, but I feel him in spirit. I feel him in spirit. And I can say that this process wasn't easy, but it's made me the woman that I am today. And I know that I'm making myself proud, regardless if my dad's not here. And I know that he's happy for me. And I want you to know that deep down, you're going to be that girl when you start to make the choices that you want to make for yourself. And I mean yourself. Not what other people's going to say. Not what Jasmine has to say. Not what everybody else has to say. Not your friend group. No. You have to start making the choice to become that girl or that beautiful woman that you want to be. Paint her. Value her. Serenade to her and welcome her and always applaud her each day because that's going to be who you are inside and out. The external it's just an external. And when I started doing these things about myself, when I started going inwards, I took away the things that didn't make me feel good. I literally started a new consistency with exercise. I started to be healthy with myself. I did the affirmations. I took care of myself by going and doing these things for myself. That's when everything decided in my life to come towards me. So I want you guys to take this message, and this was a very quick thing, and I was like, you know what, let me do it today, y'all. And I want to thank you guys again for coming in. I appreciate you, every single one of you, for listening to me today at Be The Change with me, Valerie Atkinson. Again, you can find the show on here on today's episode. Make sure to connect with me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And if you're loving the podcast and you're loving this content, I would really appreciate any shares, any likes, any reviews. Anything is open. I'm open for feedback. I love every single one of you guys again for tuning in with me again here. May you have the best week of your life today and be that beautiful person that you want to be inside and out, my love. Anyways, much love and light to you. Take care. You know, man.